Hey guys, this is Terry and I want to do just a fun little technique with you today. I want to show you how to do some ink distressing with clear stamps. So today we're going to use this stamp set, which is the Bold Bloom stamp set from Ellen Hutson. It's by Julie Ebersole. I just love these flowers. Really a trendy look right now. So already I've taken the largest flower in the set and I put it on my stamping block backwards. So just so you can see, here is the stamp with the stampy part facing down and the sticky part facing up. And now what I'm going to do is, this is kind of fun, I'm going to take some distress ink and I'm going to just ink it up. So I am using the Tattered Rose distress pad and I'm just tapping it on here. And love that color, but I want it to be a little bolder. So I'm also going to use the Festive Berries Distress Ink. And you'll see, there you go. The mixture of the two inks I think adds a little bit. So you'll see it's not really anything fancy. Got a little ink on my table. And now what I'm going to do is just take a bottle of water and spritz a little water onto that. So if I can remember the way it goes, it helps. Just two quick little spritzes. You'll see there's the water there. And I've got a piece of watercolor paper already cut out. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of put that down onto the paper. And you'll see it kind of beads up as it goes down. Then it kind of fills up. So you want to just press it really good. Don't turn it around or anything. Just press it down and then lift it up. So you've got that nice pretty blob that looks kind of watercolory. So we're going to let that sit for a minute and then we're going to do the leaves. So I've taken a leaf from that stamp set. I think it's the largest leaf. And for this one, I'm just going to use the Peeled Paint Distress Ink. So here is the ink, and that is my dog barking. Did you hear that woof? He wants attention. He's sitting right by the camera. And then just spritz again. Only really need one little spritz there. So there is one. And that looks really good. And then I'm going to just ink it up one more time. There's still a little bit of ink, so I probably could get a nice impression. But I want to make sure it's a really good green leaf. So there's another little spritz. And you'll see it kind of beat it up. And then I'm just going to come in and press it down. So you'll see if you look as I'm moving it, you see kind of that ink shifting. That's okay. Alright, so now I've got the flowers done. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to clean my work surface off just a little bit. And then I'm going to tap those stamps onto a baby wipe. And just get that ink off of the back of them. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to flip those stamps over so the sticky side is actually touching the block. This is a technique that I personally think works best with clear stamps when they're newer, when you haven't used them a lot, when they're at their stickiest spot. Now, of course, you know, your stamps may be older and you can still do it, but I just think it works a little better when they're the newest. So, it feels like my ink's about dry. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take that flower stamp and I'm going to ink it up with a nice black ink. And I'm a tapper. I find that when I tap my ink, I get just more even coverage onto the stamp. So there is the flower. And I'm just going to like stamp it kind of off the flower just a little bit, but kind of on it. So then it really feels like it's a nice watercolor flower. So there's the flower. And that looks pretty cool. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take that leaf and I'm going to do some stamping with it. So here is one, and there is two. So you see it looks like a nice watercolored flower. You think I actually put watercolors on it, but no, I just kind of tricked you and did it the back way. So we're going to just add to this just a little bit. I've got one more stamp to use here. And this time, I'm going to take a nice phrase from the Love You So stamp set, also by Julie Ebersole from Ellen Hutson. And I really love this phrase, I'll eat you up, I love you so. So I'm going to use that, only a little trick is, I'm only going to use the words. I'm not going to use the crown. So here is the stamp already on a block. Worked ahead here. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of washi tape and I'm going to put that right over the crown. Now, I do this a lot. This is a great way to mask a sentiment so that you only get the part that you want to be seen. So here I am tapping the ink pad, and you'll see there's my washi tape, and it's got ink on it. So I'm just going to pick up that piece of washi tape, and ta-da! Only the sentiment is inked up. So now I'm just going to come in and I'm going to stamp that little phrase right onto it. So there you go. So there you've got the flower and then you've got the sentiment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off this card by adding a few embellishments and maybe a little bit of washi tape too. So there you have it. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. I'll be back again real soon.